We have so many links, of course, of history, but these days in business, in education, in wide areas of culture, in sports, why not food? And I think food epitomises everything that can bind us together and does bind us together. And I think putting on this festival of British curry is exactly the sort of thing that demonstrates that. Now, it's a particular pleasure to meet Dominic for the first time, simply because, although he didn't know it until about half an hour ago, we went to the same school, although a few years apart. And just in case you're wondering, he is several years younger than I am. But that was in a small county town called Taunton, the county of Somerset in the west of England. And if journalists are not quite sure where that is, Sunil Gavaskar played cricket for Somerset in 1980-81 for a short time, and a couple of other sort of fairly well-known cricketers called both Garner and Richards also played for many years for Somerset, so that's where it is, important place. And I also had the great pleasure of celebrating my first legal drink in the UK at the age of 18 at Dominic's family's, the bar in his family hotel, the Castle Hotel in Taunton. So it's a particular pleasure to see him out here. And I think, if I think back to the late 70s and early 80s when we were very young indeed, Dominic, to Taunton, and I think of the food, the restaurants that were there. I don't think there was even a McDonald's, probably a Wimpy or something like that. It's a British brand, don't worry now. And maybe a handful of Indian restaurants, a couple of Chinese takeaways, and very little variety. So that's 40 years or more ago. In the last 2 decades, the food scene, thanks to pioneers and innovators such as Dominic and our chefs at the back there, the whole eating out experience in the UK has been transformed. I think the fact that Britain now is such a global society, has communities from so many countries around the world, and in particular India. There are over 1.5 million people of Indian origin in the UK, whether first, second, third, whatever generation. They have brought with them so much in terms of, obviously not just business and the economy and culture and music, but in food as well. And I think what we see these days in the UK is an eating culture, a culture of food innovation that is way above the standard in many places. And it's because the UK has so many partnerships around the world, so many people coming. So you mentioned something about the curry industry, but the food industry, food and drink industry in the UK employs over 4 lakhs of people. It's a huge business. There are something like 10,000 new products introduced every year into the food and drink market in the UK. It's an incredibly dynamic market for us. So festivals like this and having the opportunity to welcome such great chefs from the UK, bringing their own innovative spin on the curry. And as Sai quite rightly said, these days the British curry is, the curry is as British as strawberry jam or cricket or any of those other things. So it really is fantastic to welcome everybody here. I think it will be a tremendously successful week. Bengal, Kolkata in particular, is the foodie capital of India. Dominic's mentioned the street food culture, which I will particularly miss. Street food culture is coming up in the UK, which is fantastic to see, particularly in the bigger cities. It's rather more stringently regulated than perhaps in Kolkata, but I will really miss the street food in Kolkata, particularly the rolls and so on and things like that. So with that, I'm just going to leave you with the thought that this is just one very important part of all the ties that bind the UK and Kolkata and Bengal and India together. And I think food is a great place to do it. So congratulations to Curry Life. 10th year, I think that's very good going. It's a wonderful magazine. I've been at their celebrations in the last few years as well in Kolkata. I wish them the best for the next 10 years and beyond that. And I really hope that you all enjoy it. So thank you very much and good luck to Dominic and to chefs. And a big thank you to the helped set this all up, because it takes some work, as I'm sure you're aware. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.